Welcome back to One Life Radio here on 1190. This is Bernadette with Alan North, Marina Sprocki, Danny Miles, and our wonderful guest, who I'm so happy to have on the show. He's been on a couple of times before, Dr. Johnny Bowden. For those of you that don't know him, he's a PhD, CNS, and he is nationally known expert on weight loss, nutrition, and health. Dr. Bowden, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you, Jen. Please call me Johnny, and it's great to be here with you guys again. Love this show.
Well, and you've written so many books. I don't even know where to start. You've authored 14 books. One of my favorites is The Most Effective Ways on Earth to Boost Your Energy. I actually have it in my home all the time. I referenced to it last week. And then your new book, The Great Cholesterol Myth: Why Lowering Your Cholesterol Won't Prevent Heart Disease. You're just an incredibly knowledgeable, human being on nutrition, health, and fitness. But today, specifically, you want to talk about tips to keep your man healthy during the holidays. So let's begin there.
Yeah, and it is true, and if people are wondering how come it's tips to keep your man healthy, it's because the truth is women make all the health decisions in most families. They're the ones who buy our books. They're 95% of the diet books, the health books, the Dr. Oz audience is women, and then the women pass that information on to men who are, just kind of oblivious to a lot of it. So it really does, rightly or wrongly, politically incorrectly or not, fall to the woman to kind of take care of the family and the health. So let's talk about some of the things that you can actually do for your man. So one of the things, I always tell people about their kitchen is that we could use an oil change. Here's the thing, and we talk about this in the book, and we've talked about it in some of the books you mentioned as well. We are consuming too much vegetable oil. Now, I know that the diet dictocrats and the dietitians have told us how wonderful polyunsaturated fats are and great they are for us. The problem is not that they're bad. The problem is they're out of balance with the anti-inflammatory omega-3s.
Okay.
And we need to stop with so much corn oil and safflower oil and sunflower oil and cottonseed oil and soybean oil because these are very high in inflammatory omega-6s. So I suggest that we start to rotate in some other healthy oils. One that I'm really hot on, I've talked a lot about coconut oil. I love that one as well. Mm-hmm. But one I've really been hot on and using a lot in my own kitchen recently is Malaysian palm oil. And I'll tell you why. It got a bad rap because, like coconut oil, it's got some saturated fat. But it's healthy saturated fat. Malaysian palm oil is red. And the reason it's red is because it's so loaded with carotenoids like beta-carotene, all of these antioxidants that are so rich and healthy for the body. And the thing about Malaysian palm oil also is it's a wonderful source of vitamin E and all the components of vitamin E, the tocotrienols, which help protect the brain after stroke damage. They just do all these wonderful things. So start rotating in some great oils like Malaysian palm oil. And the reason I mention Malaysian is that palm oil isn't always sustainable, and a lot of people care about that. In Malaysia, they really care about the environment, and they really take care of their palm forests, and they make it very sustainable. So that's the one that I prefer of the palm oils, the Malaysian palm oil.
So that's a very heart healthy choice.
Very heart healthy choice. And, of course, mixed in with, your omega-3s, which you don't use for cooking, of course, your omega-9s like olive oil, but Malaysian palm oil, terrific thing to work into the oil change.